Pete Hegseth, vile, disgusting, pathetic drunk. I mean, Tim Kaine in this clip coming up exposes him because this is not a functioning alcoholic. This is not somebody that drinks on occasion. No, this is a raging alcoholic. He's a raging alcoholic. And if you listen to this, right, he describes raging alcoholic to a T. To a T. It's a person that, a raging alcoholic. A person that drinks until they make a scene. Yeah, no, but of course, it doesn't matter to Stinky. As long as he licks his boots, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because this is all bootlickers. As a matter of fact, right, the Republicans, they should be referred to as anti-Americans at this point, because anybody with the history of this character, this drunken character here, shouldn't even sniff anywhere that resembles any post that requires responsibility. Period. I mean, in this clip, Kaine defines for him what a raging alcoholic is. So, without further ado, I give you the dismantling of a raging alcoholic. Roll it.
Looking forward to this opportunity to talk. I want to return to the incident that you referenced a minute ago that occurred in Monterey, California in October 2017. At that time, you were still married to your second wife, correct?
I believe so.
And you had just fathered a child by a woman who would later become your third wife, correct?
Senator, I was falsely charged.
No. Who cares whether you were charged or not?
Fully investigated and completely cleared.
So you think you were completely cleared because you committed no crime. That's your definition of cleared? You had just fathered a child 2 months before by a woman that was not your wife. I am shocked.
Such high character. This dude's a disaster.
That you would stand here and say you're completely cleared. Can you so casually cheat on a second wife and cheat on the mother of a child that had been born 2 months before, and you tell us you are completely cleared?
He's going to blame it on the alcohol, sir.
How is that a complete clear?
Senator, her child's name is Gwendolyn Hope Hegseth.
Good Lord. You just mentioned a kid. Man, what a disaster.
And she's a child of God. And she's...
No. She's also a child that you had as a result of cheating on your wife. This is a disaster. This is a day drinker.
7 years old.
And she was, and you cheated on the mother of that child less than 2 months after that daughter was born, didn't you?
Those were false charges?
No. You had the kid. You had the kid with somebody else while you were married. Those were false charges. What are you talking about? This dude's a disaster.
Fully investigated, and I was completely cleared. And I'm so...
No, you weren't. Is that what your PR firm told you to say? Is that what your PR firm told you to say and over and over again?
And you've
the marriage I have to this...
you've admitted that you had sex at that hotel in October 2017. You said it was consensual, isn't that correct?
Anything,
You've admitted...
Listen to mama, yes.
That it was consensual, and you were still married, and you just had a child by another woman.
Again.
How do you explain your judgment?
This dude, okay, he wants to be the Secretary of Defense, right? Okay, and he has his mother telling him what to say.
False charges against me. You fully investigated, and I was completely clear.
You have admitted that you had sex while you were married to wife 2 after you just had fathered a child by wife 3. You've admitted that. Now, if
that whole false charges thing doesn't fly here anymore.
Had been a sexual assault, that would be disqualifying to be Secretary of Defense, wouldn't it?
It was a false claim then and a false claim now.
Who cares? Who cares? He's asking you a hypothetical, you imbecile.
Been a sexual assault, that would be disqualifying to be Secretary of Defense, wouldn't it?
That was a false claim.
What is it? This dude's pathetic.
Talking about a hypothetical.
So you can't
Yeah, answer it.
tell me whether someone who has committed a sexual assault is disqualified from being Secretary of Defense?
Senator, I know in my instance...
Nobody cares about your instance. No, he's asking you a hypothetical.
About my instance only, it was a false claim.
But you acknowledge,
And it was
but you
fully
acknowledge that you cheated on your wife and that you cheated on the woman by whom you had just fathered a child. You've admitted that.
What a disaster! What a disaster!
I will allow your words to speak for them. You're not
No.
That today, that's good. I assume that in each of your weddings you've pledged to be faithful to your wife. You've taken an oath to do that, haven't you?
Hey. As his legal counsel, he was drunk.
Senator, as I've acknowledged to everyone in this committee, not a perfect person, not claiming to
But
be.
no, I just asked a simple question. You've taken an oath.
You're not a perfect person. You're a raging alcoholic that has a disastrous life going.
Like you would take an oath to be Secretary of Defense and all of your weddings to be faithful to your wife. Is that correct?
I have failed in things in my life, and thankfully I'm redeemed by my Lord and Savior.
Oh!
In finalizing divorces from your first and second wives, were there non-disclosure agreements in connection with those divorces?
Senator, not that I'm aware of.
What do you mean not that you're aware of? You're the one that got a divorce. This is it. Bro, you're in a hole. Stop digging.
Would you agree to release those first and second wives from any confidentiality agreement?
Senator, it's not something I'm aware of.
But
Hey, wait. Bro. You are one of the parties. You are one of the parties, and you're saying that you're not aware of an NDA with a former spouse?
Or you would agree to release them from a confidentiality.
Senator, that's not my responsibility.
Oh, yeah. If you signed on that paper, it is, you bum.
Or engage in any acts of physical violence against any of your wives?
Senator, absolutely not.
But you would agree with me that if someone had committed physical violence against a spouse, that would be disqualifying to serve as Secretary of Defense, correct?
Senator, absolutely not have I ever done that.
No. He can't answer simple questions, right? Because everything that Senator Kaine is saying is true about this scumbag. This is a scumbag, a dirtbag, a lowlife, a drunk, a day drinker, a raging alcoholic.
Agree that would be a disqualifying offense, would you not?
Senator, you're talking about a hypothetical.
Okay, answer it. Who cares if it's a hypothetical? Answer the question!
I don't think it's a hypothetical. Violence against spouses occurs every day. And if you as a leader are not capable of saying that physical violence against a spouse should be a disqualifying fact for being secretary of the most powerful nation in the world, you're demonstrating an astonishing lack of judgment.
He's a drunken Neanderthal, Senator.
The incident in Monterey led to a criminal charge, a criminal investigation, a private settlement, and a cash payment to the woman who filed the complaint.
Holy shit.
And there was also a non-disclosure agreement, correct?
It was a confidential settlement agreement off of a nuisance lawsuit.
Right.
Nuisance? All you had to do is say you didn't do it and prove it.
During an interview, you claimed that you settled the matter because you were worried that if it became public, it might hurt your career. Do you maintain you were blackmailed?
Senator, I maintain that false claims were made against me.
Look. The reason that this guy ran everything that he touched into the ground, sort of like the idiot that has him sitting there, right? Is because he's not a drunk. He's not a functioning alcoholic. He is a raging alcoholic. The raging. This is the definition of a raging alcoholic.
Your attorney
Those
used
false
the
claims,
phrase.
I had the opportunity to attest my innocence in those false claims.
But you didn't reveal any of this to President Trump or the transition team as they were considering you to be nominated for Secretary of Defense.
Stop. You're wrong. He did. That's why he asked him. That's why he gave him that. She's trying to give him the job. That's why he's trying to give him a job, because it's a prerequisite to be an abuser and a drug user. Because the only people that Trump knows is parasites. Parasites.
You didn't reveal the action. You didn't reveal the criminal complaint. You didn't reveal the criminal investigation.
Oh, yes, he did. Yes, he did. That's what got him elevated.
You didn't reveal the settlement. You didn't reveal the cash payment. Why didn't you inform the commander-in-chief and the transition team of this very relevant event?
Senator, I've appreciated every part of the process with the transition team.
No. Answer the question.
They've been open and honest with me. We've had great conversations between the two of us, and I appreciate the opportunity that President...
Well, yeah, I believe that. You see that? I believe that. You told Stinky that you were a raging alcoholic, right? And that you have several assaults under your belt. Yeah, got it, right? And that you would lick his boots. Yeah, I believe you. I believe you with that one.
But you chose not to reveal this, right? Because you knew it would hurt your chances.
No, it wouldn't have. No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
You chose not to reveal this really important thing to the commander-in-chief and the transition team because you were worried about your chances rather than trying to be candid with the future president of the United States. Are there any other important facts that you chose not to reveal to the president-elect and his team as they were considering you to be Secretary of Defense?
Senator.
Oh, yeah. My mom thinks I don't like women.
I sit here before you in open book, as everyone who
Oh, really?
watched this process.
With multiple non-disclosure and confidentiality agreements tying the hands of many people who would like to comment to us.
Holy shit. And now you know why. He bankrupted two veterans charities. Now you know why. All this dude would do, it's what it sounds like. He would make a scene. He would push up on people, and then he'd get sued. And then the charity would pay for it.
Much has been made of your workplace behavior as a leader of nonprofit veterans organizations and as a Fox News contributor. Were you fired from either of the leadership positions with the nonprofits?
I was the leader. I was the CEO of...
No. Were you fired?
America and the
Those
executive
two,
director
were
of
you
Vets for
fired?
Freedom.
Were you fired from
And
either
I
of
was
them?
never fired from a
Do you have
veterans organization.
non-disclosure agreements with either of those organizations?
Not that I'm aware of, Senator.
What do you mean not that you're aware of? What do you mean? That's just like somebody going into court as a witness and saying that they don't recall. It's the same shit. This is a lying, raging alcoholic.
Many of your work colleagues have said that you show up for work under the influence of alcohol or drunk. I know you've denied that, but you would agree with me, right, that if that was the case, that would be disqualifying for somebody to be Secretary of Defense.
Senator, those are all anonymous false claims, and the totality...
They're not.
No, they're not.
The letters on the record...
No, they're not. They have people that have put their name to these allegations, you asshole.
On the record,
We've
people
seen
who work with
records
me
with
at
names
Vets for
attached.
Freedom, Concerned Vets for America, and Fox News.
One of your colleagues
working
said
hard every day on behalf of
One of
my
your
mission.
colleagues said that you got drunk at an event at a bar and chanted "Kill all Muslims."
Again, an example of a raging alcoholic. This is not a functioning alcoholic. This is a raging alcoholic.
Another colleague, not anonymous, we have this, said that you took coworkers to a strip club. You were
Was he driving the party bus, Senator?
drunk. You tried to dance with strippers. You had to be held off the stage. And one of your employees in that event filed a sexual harassment charge as a result of it. Now,
what a disaster. What a disaster. What a disaster. Again, an example of a raging alcoholic.
I know you denied these things, but isn't that the kind of behavior that, if true, would be disqualifying for somebody to be Secretary of Defense?
Senator, anonymous false charges.
They're not anonymous.
No. Nonsense.
And I'll just conclude and say this to the chairman. You claim that this was all anonymous. We have seen records with names attached to all of these, including the name of your own mother. So don't make this into some anonymous press thing. We have seen multiple names of colleagues consistently throughout your career that have talked about your abusive actions.
Chairman, I think he's over his time. He's way over his time.
Oh, yeah, you're coming to bail him out? You coming to bail him out? He's pathetic. That's pathetic.
And
A raging alcoholic of a drunk.
thank you very much.
Okay, get a load of smoky McCigarettes over here.
I now ask unanimous consent to enter into the record a family court order.
Larry the liver spots. Come again?
It's total bullshit.
There you have it. Does anybody need to say more? I mean, look, this is what, just think. This idiot hasn't been inaugurated yet. And he's already started a shit show. Distractions. Yeah, it's all garbage. He's not going to lower the price of eggs. He's not going to deport 1 million people. None of that stupid shit. You know, all he's going to do is feed us these nonsensical distractions. Because that's all he does. He's a shit talker. So, hey, let me run out a pathetic drunk. That way it gives me more time to make excuses why I'm breaking promise after promise after promise. There you have it.
What a fucking shit show.